Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be something I've never done before, so I'm kind of anxious to see how this goes. This is a suggested video actually from my girlfriend Taylor. It's going to kind of bring me back to how maybe I used to do my makeup, so that's going to be interesting. So basically I'm going to do this side, my left side, how not to do my makeup, and this side is going to be how I do my makeup now, pretty much. The tips and tricks that I have learned that has enhanced my makeup routine. So that's all I'm going to say for the intro. I'm really excited. Thank you, babe. I'm just ready to do this. It's going to be exciting. So, be my mistakes from maybe high school or something like that, to where I wasn't as knowledgeable as I am now, aside from this side, to kind of my little secrecy on how I enhance those features that I have. So yeah, kind of like a little tips and tricks video. Let's get into it. Okay, so I've already washed my face with my daily cleanser twice and put on my toner. So now first, I'm going to kind of go in order from left to right sides of my face. First I'm going to start off on my left side, which is my don't side. So this is something that I definitely want to stress when doing your makeup, and you're going to see exactly why. So I love this foundation. You've seen me use it quite a few times on here, but right now I am fairly pale right now. It's still like getting into early summer, and I haven't really been to the beach to lay out. I've been to the beach recently, but I haven't laid out or gotten any color. It was too cold for that. So for the don't side, I'm going to be using the Estée Lauder Double Wear Maximum Cover foundation. Like I said, not saying that I don't like this foundation, but right now this is very, very dark on me. So I remember in like middle school and high school, girls would, including myself, would put on tons and tons and tons of foundation in between classes and then put powder on top to kind of set it. But then they would do that, like, including me, would do that like every class period. So it'd be like foundation on powder, and then foundation on powder, and then foundation on powder. And I don't think we realized what that looked like on our skin. So like I said, this is a very thick foundation, and definitely not my shade. So this brings me back to high school days, middle school days, where you'd wear foundation 10 times darker than your actual skin tone. I'm gonna stop it to like right about here, because I feel like that's kind of a mistake to not blend it down the neck. It's so funny because I feel like that's something that I did always do, but it was still so dark. My neck and my face would be orange. And I know people were like, that's not your skin tone. This video, I didn't think this through. It might be a little cringy. This side of the face anyways. This one, you really gotta make sure you're patting this into the skin, because like I said, it is so thick. So you just really gotta make sure there's no marks. Dude, that's crazy. This side to this side already. I'm actually going to zoom you guys up just a little bit closer, just so that way you can see how crazy this difference is going to be. Look at that line already. Okay, you see, very dark, kind of a little ashy for my skin tone, like chalky, and I don't know. So there's the difference. So now I'm going to pull out one of my favorite foundations for this side, And I'm just going to use the same Real Technique sponge, and this is my CoverGirl Olay Advanced Radiant Concealer, and it does have an SPF of 10 in it. Oh my gosh. So I'm just going to put a few pumps back there and work this all over my face. And you can already see that this color is 10 times better than this side. It's like kind of embarrassing doing this a little bit. More on the it's still kind of full coverage, I would assume, but it just has a nice finish. The finish I usually go for. It's not so drying. My skin is very dry, so keep that in mind as well. Bringing that down the bringing that down the neck. Okay, left side, the don't side, this side. So this is my Kokie Professional Be Bright Illuminating Concealer. Looks just like this. I've really grown to love this concealer a lot. Even with it being a little bit darker than I would usually pick up my concealer in the store. So I'm just going to do this. I'm going to put a little bit up here to set my eyeshadow. A little bit up here. Right here. And I'll go ahead and do it right there too. Wow, strange. Okay, I'm gonna blend that in like normal. Okay, concealer. This concealer kind of brings this under eye and all of those T-zones forward. For this side, kind of setting their foundation and then going in with concealer and then setting that as well. That's a lot on your face, but I'm going to do that anyways. I'm going to use the Maybelline Super Stay Full Coverage Powder. I don't have a lot left, so I don't really want to show too much. Set this whole side. And now I'm out. Great powder, by the way. Becca Hydra Set and Refresh Powder. I love this powder. This powder is so light. Obsessed with this. This powder is made with 50% water. Have dry skin like me, try this trick and see if it works for you. So I'm just taking it on a big fluffy brush instead of a precise brush. And I'm going to sweep over the concealer spots. I just inhaled it. Okay, and like I said, I don't really use too much powder, so whatever is left, I'm just going to take it and hit the areas that I didn't get just lightly. So now for this side, I'm going to do something crazy. I'm going to be taking my Milani Conceal in Perfect Concealer, which is definitely one of my favorites. It's a go-to. I'm going to put this on top of the powder. It's kind of cringy. Kind of running out. Put some up here. I'm going to do the same thing pretty much. Concealer, it brings out those, it highlights, so it brings everything forward just like with contour. in bronzer, it brings everything back. This is definitely going to accentuate the texture of my skin, everything. So with us already putting powder down, this is usually a no-go. So you can see kind of this area right here, and it's because it's that concealer, since it already has powder on it, is grabbing onto whatever it can grab. I'm just going to take this LA Girl Pro Powder setting powder, just looks like this, and I'm going to go once more and set that side of my face again. For my do side, as y'all know, I don't really do anything much with my eyebrows. So I'm just going to spoolie this side. I brush it up and follow my shape. Just like that. And then for this side's eyebrows. So I'm going to take this eyebrow brush, and it's a very angled brush. And I'm actually going to pick up a powder from the Jaclyn Hill palette. You've seen it a million times on my channel. I'm just going to pick up a dark brown. So I'm going to make it very boxy up front. There was a moment in time where people, including myself, were flaring out the tail end of their brow to make them look longer. Like that. Gosh, this looks crazy already. Get that arch, you know, girl. This is crazy. This was a thing. We are going to carve out this brow on a synthetic flat brush, in my opinion. So I'm just going to take the concealer . Mind you, we already have powder down, okay? Just keep that in mind. Again, okay. Very precise, very sharp. I mean, look at that bottom portion. Very sharp. It's raining. Okay. And as you can tell, I'm not like fluffing it like I do on this side. It's very zoop, zoop. Head and set my eyelid on this side. Picking up my Magnify Spice Edition from Rimmel palette that looks like this, and I'm just picking up this transition shade right here. It's that second color. And a transition shade is very important if you are using multiple colors. It just helps blend everything really nicely. Like I said, I'm going to leave this side blank with no transition color so you can see the gradients and how all the colors mesh together. Okay, so now picking up my BH1 20 palette. It's so nasty. The reason why I showed it really quick is because we've seen this on my channel quite a few times. So first, this light blue shade right here. It's kind of like an aqua. I'm just picking that up on a fluffy brush and I'm going to put that into my crease. And see, already it looks very gradient and not too patchy, and that really truly is because of the transition color that we put down. And I will always say to keep your blending brush handy. And I just go back over it with no extra product on it, just to blend. Alright. Now to make it fair, I'm going to go in with the same brush, same colors, and recreate that on this side. Mind you, this has, I did not set this side or put a transition color in here, so you'll see the difference. Already this looks very blown out and blended. Now watch this side. And I'm going to do this side very... not as blended. I know blending can be frustrating, but it really does make a big difference. Okay, so that's just the color laid down on there. So already there's this side that looks very blown out and pretty, aside from this side. I'm gonna go back in one more time like I did the other side. And I'm doing it in the same form, the same shape as this side. It's just not going to be as blended. That side, this side. And really, it's just that transition color. It did a lot of the work for me. So that's why that is so important. Kind of dark purpley shade right here at the bottom. Put that in my crease, but just a little bit lower. One more time, my blending brush. And if you see fallout, that's totally okay. That's why I wait to do the rest of my face. You can kind of see it right there. But you see that blend? Beautiful. Now, on this side, same color. And I'm not really going to blend it like I should. Just kind of gonna deposit the color on there. Okay. Blended, pretty. Color deposited, pretty much. I'm going to pick up this more shimmery blue shade right here. And I'm going to put that right there on my lid. Taking that brush that I used for the crease and just going over it so you can see the gradients in each color. Like, that is so pretty. We'll fix up the inner corner just in a little bit. With a brush, flatter, fluffy packing brush, I'm going to pick up that same shade, and you'll see why I like to use my finger better. I'm going to pack this. You see how that color barely even deposits on the lid? My opinion, and I mean it's right here in front of your face, it doesn't pick it up to the color's potential. I have to dip this in here a few times. And because we didn't set it, it's already coming off a little splotchy on this side. For the bottom waterline, I'm going to use this Maybelline Lasting Drama Water Gel Pencil. And this is just the white one. Looks like this. I'm just going to hit my waterline with this. This step right here will brighten up your eyes just a little bit and make you look more awake. And I know that looks a little crazy right now, but... Alright, and for the lash line, I'm going to pick up same blue crease color, and I'm just going to drag it on the bottom line to connect the eyeshadow with the bottom portion. And now I'm just going to take my fluffy brush, lighter blue shade, and just sweep the bottom to blend the colors downwards. See how blown out that is? Like I said, I look like a psychopath right now, but it's okay. I highlight my brow bone with the shade in the Jaclyn Hill palette, and it is the shade in Light, which is this first shade right here. And this just lifts the eyebrow just a little bit. It's not so flat like it is on this side. I'm also going to take it with my pinky. Hit it right here. Okay. Not highlighting this side. Make sure you blend every color that you do. Lash curler for this side. love with this side. It's so blown out and so pretty. Take my tried and true, my Stila XXX Magna mascara. And if you don't wear false lashes, definitely invest in a good mascara. I don't wear them all the time. I literally wear them if it's like an extravagant thing that I'm doing. So I just invest in a really good mascara. And this one's amazing. I'm actually going to double this side with my other favorite mascara, which is my Butter London Power Up mascara, and I'm just going to hit this with one coat and do my bottom lashes with this. Yes, this combination is crazy good. See, I wish I could do this side like this side, because so I like this mascara a lot. I really like it for blending false lashes and normal lashes and regular lashes together, but I'm just going to use this mascara because it's not really my go-to, so I'm just going to, on a day-to-day, so I'm just going to use this side. And mind you, I did not curl this side, so we'll see how this side looks. And also, my lashes are pretty long naturally, so just know that whenever I'm doing this side as well. And mind you, I am doing the same motions that I did on this side. Not gonna put any on the bottom lashes, so yeah. All right, now for the fun part, in my opinion. Whew, hot, is it not? I'm gonna go ahead and spray this side of my face with my Mario Badescu facial spray. It just settles in any powderiness that may have been there before. If I put too much in a certain area. I just want to do this side on this side. It's like stressing me out. This video is a little stressful for me. Okay, so bronzer is next. I'm going to be using my Maybelline City Bronzer for both sides. On this side, I'm going to make sure that I'm keeping it a little higher, just like this. So you're basically going to put it where you put that contour. It's just a fatter brush, so it's going to distribute it a little bit wider. So just remember that as well. Saying like keep it in mind, remember that so many times, but it's just important, I feel like. Up the side of the forehead and on the forehead. My normal bronzing moment. Bring it down the neck. Make sure you do that. Same bronzer, same brush. But I think a mistake that this is something that I had to learn along the way as well, since bronzer brushes usually are a little bit fatter and it distributes it a little bit wider. I used to do my bronzer just like this. So you think your contour goes on your cheekbone, or a little bit under your cheekbone, and then your bronzer goes right under that. I used to put it so low, like right here. And this, to me, is what kind of gives you like a little bit of a, like one of them, not a chin strap, but the ones that are a little bit higher, the ones like the thick beards. That's what it kind of makes you look like when you do it so low. Mind you, I kept this one up here. This one is going down here, which it's a common mistake, I feel like. But it doesn't do anything for your face. If anything, it makes your face look a little bit more round because you're not sculpting it as well as you should. Okay. Contour. It's actually a cream foundation. So I was just talking about how not to use cream on top of powders or whatever, but if you're going to do it, if you can find a way to tweak it, if you like this color, you like this shade, and you don't want to use anything else, this is exactly what I do. Take my contour, just tap it, barely, don't swish it around. You're going to place this contour right on your cheekbone a little bit higher than you would think. I learned this trick from, I think it was Jaclyn Hill who learned it from Mario Badescu, or no, from Makeup by Mario, I think. So another trick, don't straight line it. If you straight line it, your foundation can move, your concealer, your powder, it can all move, and then it can look really patchy, and it's a really bad look. It might happen on this side, so alright. I'm patting it. That's what I do at first. You see it? And I keep it right here, most of the color, and then after I feel like I distributed that color on the back portion of my face, I will start patting it just a little bit forward. Now I'm going to just bring it into my temples just a little bit in my hairline so everything looks a little uniformed. I don't have any white spots in my hair. You see that? It's insane. It's so pretty. And now I'm just going to dot it, pat it, push it into the skin. And with contour, you don't want to bring it all the way at the rim of your face. I think that's what bronzer is for. This is just to contour, define, sculpt, and chisel. Okay, beautiful contour. Now, everybody's biggest mistake, rubbing in here gets a lot of product. Now, contouring, everybody thinks it's a straight line because you get the sharpness. It's not. Just don't do it, because this is what's going to happen. I'll show you. And a lot of people will bring it down to their mouth. And you want it to stop right here. That's what brings the feminine out when you are sculpting your cheekbones. I can already see my foundation lifting a little bit and moving around. Please do not do this. Okay, look at this side. Contour. You see that? This is not contouring. This, contouring. And then on this side, I'm gonna bring it around my face just like this. Swiping motions on this side. Common mistake. And then I'm gonna take it, chisel the side of my nose. Swiping motions, and I'm gonna pat this side. so you can see the difference. Okay. Now also taking it and chiseling that jaw on this side. And I'm actually going to do the same thing to this side, but on this side, take my foundation sponge and blend it on this side. Because you don't ever want it to look too sharp and people can see those lines. You want it to look like a shadow, not a brown marker. Now for my favorite part of makeup, I'm going to take my Milani Baked powder blush in the shade Bellany, and I'm going to take it on a blush brush from Real Techniques, and I'm going to dab. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to keep it back here. I do a little bit of bouncing, just a little bit of swiping, and now after I got most of it right here on that contour, I'm going to take some of it, I'm going to go like this. This is where I'm going to take it on my apples and drag it backwards. Even up on my temples I do that. So for this side, I'm going to do something very cringy and do a cream blush. This is the Blush Serum from Butang. And I'm going to take a little bit. And I am going to start putting this on top of already set makeup. Oh, this brings me back to like the early 2000s or something like that. The blue eyeshadow, the pink blush, the red lipstick, you know. Now I'm going to take a stippling brush and just put that into the skin. Mind you, I started off the color right here at the apples and then pushing it back. Already with that makeup already set under this, this literally will not blend into the skin. It just won't. If anything, I'm going to blend it either all the way off and then I'll have nothing left on my skin, or I have to leave it like this at some point. Okay. Now with this side, you see it's still sharp. With this side, it just kind of looks like, I look like Annabelle almost. There's no structure to this side. So I'm going to be a little bit nice to this side just because I can't stand to look at it. And go over this just a little bit, because this is like insane looking to me. And I'm going to take whatever's left on this brush. I'm going to set that because it is still a cream at the end of the day. Put it on my nose, forehead. Yeah. This looks like kind of like a 2-year-old, that 5-year-old that just got into her mom's makeup. Highlight. I'm going to go ahead and set my face one more time on this side. It is torture to not set the other side of my face. I feel like I'm only getting a coolness from one side. Okay. Now, sorry this video is so close up. I just really wanted to make sure that you guys were seeing what I was doing and talking about. Now, I did just have a new face routine on my Instagram. I talked about this a little bit on my last video, but the reason why I'm not doing it for this side is just because I would be all over the place if I was doing both sides that way. So I'm just kind of doing this side like how people normally do it. I just have a routine that works for me. So I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. As always, I have had this forever, and I'm going to use the shade Bubbly, and I'm going to be using this or picking that up with a Sephora contour brush. I just like it because it's a little bit precise. I'm just taking it and I'm stopping right here. Like, I'm not going any farther with my highlight. I'm patting it in. I'm not even bringing it back here like I used to anymore. I'm kind of doing it at like a C, a backward C, and into my brow bone. So that way it's not pulled way back here, and it's just like that when you turn, where the light is supposed to naturally hit you if you didn't have any makeup on. Okay, and this side, I'm gonna go ahead and do that stripe, girl. Pulling it all the way back here. Now, I've always said this, when you do your contour, blush, bronzer, and highlight like this, anytime I see somebody with their makeup like this, makes me think of that ice cream. That chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry ice cream, the Neapolitan or something like that. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but that's what it reminds me of. You don't want to look like the cover of that ice cream box, can promise you. Let's go really heavy-handed with this. Oh, my camera's about to die, so let me get going. A little bit right there. Cupid's bow. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and blend this side. Don't be afraid that it's gonna take your makeup away when you do that, because it won't. Okay, now for this side, I'm going to, for lips, I'm going to be using my Milani eyeliner or lip pencil real quick. I'm going to really overline this side. And when you overline your lips, you overline the pout, and then you follow your natural line of your lip. Don't think because you're overlining your lip, you have to draw your lip on the side. You don't have to do that. You see the difference? Okay, so I'm going to be picking up this Mania Kadar Beauty Simplified. The color looks like this. Super pretty. I'm going to use it for this side. Ooh! Alright. I'm kind of going over my lip liner to blend it into the sides. And now actually I'm just going to use the same color so you can really see the difference. You leave enough room for that lip liner, a lot of people will put it right on top of the lip liner. It kind of defeats the purpose. That's why I kind of stopped right there and blended it. I know big lips are a thing. I do it. But there's just smart ways to do it. Wow. So, you guys, so before my camera dies, this is going to be a short outro. I look literally insane right now, but I really just wanted to show you some easy fixes for mistakes that I have made and that I have learned that have really upped my makeup game. And I've gotten so many compliments on my makeup recently because I have changed the way that I do my makeup. I feel like as I've been getting older, I like this, like the more natural looking side. I like my skin as my skin, but enhanced just a little bit. I like to enhance my features, not shape them and go overboard and change them. So yeah, I definitely had a lot of fun doing this. I was very nervous, didn't know what I was in for, but it was a lot of fun. To my girlfriend for requesting this video, you kind of pulled me out of my comfort zone, so I definitely appreciate it. Let me know what else you guys want to see from me next. Give this video a like if you liked it. Leave me a comment. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Turn on that notification bell, and I will see you guys in my next one.